This Map First Impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Hazzard County, Georgia. This is a 4X American-based map. You can find this map over at nexusmods.com, and I do want to cover a few things before we jump into this map. First off, when you download the mod over at nexusmods.com, you're going to find that you're going to need to open the zip file and extract some zips that are within the download. Let me show you this. I've got 7-zip open right here. What you can see is that when you download the zip, you're going to have several zip files here that are going to be required for the map. You need to make sure you take these zip files and put them into your mod folder. Something else that you will find is an MP default vehicles folder, and in there a default vehicles.xml file. Now, if you're going to play this map in single player, you don't need to do anything with this file. If you're going to play this in multiplayer, then you're going to want to take this default vehicles file and basically drag it to your desktop, and then you're going to want to open up the Hazzard County map file here, FS19 Hazzard County version 1.zip. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is basically replace the default vehicles XML that is in the map right here. You're going to want to replace that with the default vehicles from that MP default vehicles folder. Now, to do that, it's pretty darn simple. You just drag and drop the default vehicles XML that you put on your desktop into WinZip or 7-zip here, and basically it will then update that, and it will prompt you basically, do you want to, let's go ahead and see this, drag it in here, okay, and it's going to basically prompt me, do you want to copy the files to the archive? You say yes, and then it basically copies those files, replaces it, and then you close down 7-zip and put the map file into your mod folder, and you're ready to go in multiplayer. So in fact, I've already done that, and we're going to jump now into a multiplayer instance of Hazzard County, because I want to show you where all 8 of the farms are set up, and basically how the map is set up for multiplayer. Alright, so we have fired up the game in a local hosted multiplayer session, so I can show you guys how the map is set up for multiplayer. We're down here at Daisy's Bales and Tails, just so that we are at a different spot on the map than our normal startup area. And if we go to the farms section, you're going to see that all 7 farms are already set up here in the farms area. We have Long Pines, Hilltop, Lakeview, Millennial Farms, Blue Ridge Farms, Red Edge Farms, Co-op, and Shepherd Hills. All of these farms start with $3.5 million in starting capital, except for the Co-op, which starts you out with $10 million. So what we're going to do is join each farm, so we can basically show you where each farm is located. Hilltop is right here in the middle of the map. This is the Hilltop farm. Now, there is no land owned by any of these farms from the start, hence the $3.5 million in starting capital. But you can easily buy this area for $1.4 million, then have yourself another $2.1 million to basically start with your equipment. Let's go over here and join Hilltop Farm, and I'll show you guys where that is on the map. Hilltop Farm is down here. Look at the lands. Hilltop Farm is $1.1 million. It's all of this area here, including this part of the farmyard. Let's go and take a look here at Farm 3, which is Lakeview. Lakeview is actually way over here by this lake. This is Lakeview for $1 million. It's all of these fields. So all of these farms start you out with a fair amount of fields. So $1 million, you're going to have yourself $2.5 million of starting capital to start buying your animals and your farm equipment for Lakeview. Take a look here at Millennial Farms, which is farm ID number 4. That is going to be right here. $1.6 million buys you this huge swath of land here, including the main farm area. We have Blue Ridge Farms. Blue Ridge Farms is just north of the Millennial Farmland. Is this plot right here, $1.3 million. We'll go to Red Edge Farms. Red Edge Farms is actually way over here, right on the edge of the map. Red Edge Farm literally is at the edge. Has this northwestern quadrant of land, as well as this little strip down here, which is where some of the farm silos and such are located. And then we have the co-op. Co-op is for you guys that want to do a ton of forestry, because the co-op is this section down here, this whole section, which is all forestry. It is some pretty rough forestry too. We've got a little bit over here. Also related to, if we buy this area of land, we get this little plot over here also. And then finally, we have Shepherd Hills. And Shepherd Hills is going to be right here. This is where Shepherd Hills is located. $760,000. So this little area here is going to be the cheapest farm to start in. Going to have the most starting capital for equipment and possibly buying additional farmland here at Shepherd Hills. So I hope this clears up some confusion or some questions you might have as to, in multiplayer, which farm is which, and basically how do you get it all set up so the various farms are owned by the appropriate farmers. Something, if you notice, is when you join, let's say, farm number 3, you're only going to be able to open the doors associated with farm 3. If you go over to farm 1, unless you are a contractor, you won't be able to open the sheds associated with farm ID number 1. So what we're going to do is now jump back over to a single player and start doing our normal map tour. All right, we are back and ready to fire up this map and do our normal map tour. Now, I do want to point out that this map does include a readme.txt file in the map zip. So it gives some really good information, and I really encourage you guys to go and check that out. I'm going to read a bit of that readme as we wait for the map to load up. But basically, once you download the map, you're going to have to unzip the map as we've already explained, and then to get to the readme, you're going to have to open up the map zip itself, and in there you'll find the readme. Basically, it says, "Welcome to Hazzard County, Georgia. This is a 4X map based on the topography of the great state of Georgia in the United States of America. This map is designed to have something for everyone. You'll find small fields, large fields, flat fields, rolling hills. For the loggers and those who want to give logging a try, there is a large forest that should keep anyone busy for quite some time. This is the map author's very first map, so I have to say, I think he hit it out of the park with his debut map." Now, I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit more of that as we load into the map here. Let's go ahead and get all prepped up. So we'll see some of the mods that are included with the download here. I've went ahead and put all of those into the mod folder so we can see how things all load up. We're just going to leave everything checked other than the FSL tournament client, just so that you can basically see all of those. Start up the map, we'll pull up the log, and then we'll read a bit more of the description. It says this map would not have been possible without several people. That is Jacer, who has helped him with signs. We have Philip and Farmalls Forever, who's helped with testing, as well as Daz. CCS101 was apparently paramount in helping out with various questions. Then also he gives credit to Shy Wizard and many others for sharing their overall knowledge. Now this is an edit of Fields of Madison County. So he gives complete credit to the guy who made Fields of Madison County for basically providing the basis of the Hazzard County, Georgia map and for giving permission to basically release his edit of the farms or the fields of Madison County as well. In Hazzard County, you will find multiple farms with varying size and layout. In every attempt to mimic real life in my map, there are downed trees, water crossings, high water areas, and a forest to challenge even the most experienced logger. There are many custom models and areas designed to utilize the terrain as much as possible. There are 2 trains, a grain special and a logging special. The grain train has access to a sell point for lime, seed, and solid fertilizer for bulk purchase and transport to the 3 different silos and a train-to-train transfer station that will hold all of the fill types. Train silos are available to any player in multiplayer mode, that is. All buildings on farms are sellable, and there is many co-op equipment areas for all you'll need to get started on a great farm. The starting farm was designed to be a challenge farm built on one of Hazzard's highest points. The farm has 3 animal areas, more trees than I can count, and stunning views. You'll also be a proud owner of Field 7, a portion of which is shaped like the great state of Georgia. Whether you choose to keep the starting farm or sell the land and buy one of the many others on the map, you'll have a challenge ahead. The map is seasons ready and has multi-terrain angle installed. There are many sell points and 2 bulk buy areas other than the train. Production includes flour mill, compost factory, biodiesel plant, pig food production. Each farm has storage for grain and a seed factory. Several farms have production facilities for silage and TMR as well. Wow. All production facilities are available to any player in multiplayer mode. There is a community root crop storage area for all to use and loading docks to put equipment onto trains. In the forest, you'll find a tree farm and an old growth mountain range with realistic logging roads and swamps. There are also 3 overgrown fields that need reclaiming. Sell areas include some bonus sell points that pay close attention to the price board. For those willing to put a little extra effort, great reward can be expected. So guys, that is basically the gist of the README. I encourage you to go read the rest of that if you should so wish. See the map loaded up error-free. There was one warning related to not having seasons activated, so I think there must be a snowplow included somewhere in the default equipment. Since I typically do not activate seasons for these map videos, it is coming up. Basically says, warning, seasons is missing. The salt gritter will be removed from the store. So let's go ahead and load on in. So one thing is when you load in here, I've turned down the game audio at the point because there is an interesting song that plays here, and I didn't want to risk it with respect to YouTube and their little copyright strike. So I just went ahead and turned down the volume. But when you load in the map, you'll hear the violin playing. This is our start point down here, kind of in a little valley, a little knoll. Got ourselves a still setup, and if we basically make our way around here, we will find that our starting vehicle is General Lee. Go ahead and turn up the game sound now because we are out of violin area. All right, so now we have our game sound. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the PDA. We've kind of already seen this. We looked at the multiplayer section, but this is a busy map indeed. Lots of fields, lots of land areas to buy. Take a look at the lands. You'll see that in new farmer mode, we start out by owning a ton of fields up here. Looks like we own fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We have 9, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, and 104, as well as having a pig farm, a cow farm, and a horse paddock included within the main starting area. This map does have multi-fruit enabled. There are multiple crops added to this map. On top of the standard crops, we also have carrot, onion, hops, cabbage, red cabbage, spelt, and rye. Let's go ahead and check the sell points, and we have many sell points here on the map. We have 2 aces because they buy different things. We've got a bakery, 3 different barns. We have a biomass plant, central grain, compost cell, grocery store, a dairy, 2 areas at Daisy's. Then we have multiple fuel sell points, a manure sell point, pig dealer, sawmills, spinnery, a supermarket, train depot, white lightning, and the farmer's market. Lots of various sell points for lots of different products. Scroll over here, we can see that we have sell points for seed, also because we can manufacture seed. Also have sell points for fuel because we can make fuel. We have sell point for fertilizer. And thank goodness, Map Author has actually put in icons that include words. Comment about this so often that we have icons on these multi-fruit maps and we have no idea what they represent. We have pig food, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'd say carrots and onions are pretty self-explanatory. And then we have hops, cabbage, red cabbage, spelt, and rye. And once again, huge kudos to the map author for actually putting words here and not basically factoring in the fact that we would know that was spelt, that was rye, and those hops. We also have a sell point for flour and compost. Sorry, I didn't scroll all the way over. Let's go over here to Daisy's, and there's a couple things I want to point out here. We have 2 triggers at Daisy's that will buy hay, and one will pay a lot more than the other. So that is something to note. Okay, we'll point this out when we get around to Daisy's also, basically how you can make use and get top dollar for your product. Take a look here at our starting equipment. It is all fairly new, fairly well maintained, and we start out with a fair bit of starting equipment. A lot of it is kind of scattered around the map. None of it really is at the main farm. So if you want to basically have, you don't really have starting equipment at the main farm, you have starting equipment kind of scattered all over the place. Don't start with any animals, even though we have the animal areas and there are contracts available on the map. Let's go ahead and kind of jump in our General E here, and let's drive on up to the main farm. Now this little completely blanking on what we would call this. It's hidden quite well. In fact, when you get up here to the top of the road, you're going to see that we have to kind of push through some bushes. Or kind of push through the bushes to get up and out. And here we are at the starting farm. Let's go ahead and get out. So here we have our farm silo. Got a fuel trigger here for fuel on the farm. We've got some buildings. Again, we're going to find that really we don't have any farm equipment here at the starting farm at this point. All right, here in a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and tab around to the various starting equipment so you can see kind of where stuff is located that we do start with. Here the maintenance trigger. This is the back of that other shed that we just took a look at. Up here on the hill, we have a silo kind of for forage products. So this silo will hold hay, straw, grass, silage, and TMR and chaff. It is not a fermenting silo. It is a storage silo for kind of our forage products, if you will. As the description said, we're kind of here on the highest point of the map, and we really do have some pretty great views looking across the great state of Georgia. We have our cow area. We have our food trigger in there. We have our water trigger right here at the water tank. This is where we're going to be buying our cattle. Right here. And we have our milk trigger. Here, and then scattered around the map, we're going to find some custom imagery on laptops, posters, and various other things. So lots of details have been put into this. We've got our manure point over there. Slurry here. And then I believe inside of here we have our straw trigger. I was looking at this earlier, and it looked like our straw trigger was somewhere around the middle of this cow pasture. Down the hill, we have the pig area. We have our pig food and our straw triggers inside of here. Got our manure point. Then our animal loading, we have to come up here. We have to basically click. And then once the door is open, we can buy our pigs. Slurry point here along the side. Farmhouse is right down there, complete with propane tank. It's a long road. It's a bridge. Again, we see up over this is field 7. So this is in the shape of Georgia. Of our horse paddock up here. Our food trough, our horse trigger, water trigger over here. Great item. I don't know if I've ever seen this particular model anywhere. We've got a cool water pump. But let's go ahead and kind of take flight a little bit. And we'll do a fly around the map. This is going to take a while because this is a 4X map. It has got lots of stuff to take a look at. Lots of areas of interest. So go ahead and maybe pause the video, go get yourself a drink, and maybe hit the head, and come on back and get ready for quite the video. Go ahead and go vertical. There we have the field 7. Field 7 wraps around here in grass. Let's just go ahead and kind of really get up high here and just kind of look across the map. There we are looking to our west, to our north, to our east, and then to the south. We have the starting farm right here. before we go too terrible far, I want to come back down here and show you this train area. There's several of these train areas scattered around the map. This train area is rather unique. I haven't really seen this implemented on any other map at this point. This is an open pit. This is a hole. Okay, this is not a grate. There is no collision on this. You will very much fall through this. If you walk through it, or if you drive a vehicle onto that, it will very much fall onto the railroad tracks. But what its intention is it intended for you to basically tip or dump your trailer directly into the train car. See the sign here? It says train car is spotted properly before dumping. Basically make sure you, 1, don't dump on the train tracks, 2, you don't dump between the train cars, and 3, that you do dump actually in the train car itself. So you don't need to basically put product into the silo and then fill it from here, okay, into the train car. What you can do, if you really are good, is you can come over here, back up your trailer, and just dump the trailer directly into the train car. Pretty cool concept. Also, at lots of places, we have these cat loaders. These are legit. You can use them. Hop in here, and now you basically use this to load or unload logs. I'm not the greatest at these things. If you have joysticks, then it might be a little bit easier for you to make use of this type of equipment. So these are scattered all around. In fact, what I said I was going to do is tab around. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's tab through the vehicles. Pull up the PDA and you can kind of see where we are. So we're down here at Daisy's. We have a telehandler we can use. Up here at the shop, got a forklift. We have a Hardy Rubicon sprayer down here at kind of the co-op sprayer area, as well as a fertilizer spreader and a second fertilizer spreader, all down here for side fields 114 and 115. Then we have 1 crane, 2 cranes, 3 cranes, Ford here just south of field 105. Another white Ford over here just to the east of field 101. And then we have a third Ford over here by the shop again. It's kind of like a community load loader you have access to. Then just south of field 105 where we had the Ford, have a Ponzi Scorpion King. We have a Homer Pterodos multi-fruit harvester over here at the Pig Food Factory. And then we have the General Lee, which was where we started to begin with. That is basically the starting equipment and where it is scattered around the map. Let's get back with our flyover. And I guess what we'll do is let's just kind of go to the south a little bit. We'll come across diagonally here because the shop is in this general direction and I want to end at the shop. Okay. Got down here, we've got a silo, and then we also have down here silage and TMR production. Here we have the trains through a train tunnel. We're definitely going to have to ride the trains. I think the trains can be tabbed into. We're going to take a closer look at all of these when we start doing our drive around. Okay, we have the ethanol plant way down here in the southwest corner of the map. So we'll leave that up. Bit of flooded land. There are multiple animal dealers. You may see that on the PDA. The way it is set up is each animal dealer is going to deal with a specific type or types of animals. So if you bring a animal trailer to the animal dealers, you're going to only be able to basically buy the specific animal that dealer works with. Now, if you go up and go to the animal dealer on foot, though, you're going to find you're going to be able to buy all of the animals at any of the animal areas. So it's kind of an interesting way that it's implemented in game. In game, you can definitely have it so that a specific dealer only sells cows, for example. But in order for that to be a fact, you have to basically go there in an animal trailer and activate the trigger with a trailer versus just walking up to the trigger itself. So here we are. We're going through that old growth forest. You're going to see that some of the trees are lined up in rows, and other trees are just, really scattered around. Really densely populated forest. Lots of logging roads, cutbacks, switchbacks, so forth. You're going to find downed trees scattered around places where you're going to have to clear tree before you're going to be able to continue on. Within this forest, we kind of have a summer camp area. When I see this, I can't help but think about Friday the 13th and what was the name of that camp and everything. So that's a cool little area here. And then kind of tucked away, you have kind of a farm building, farm storage, because there are the potential to reclaim some fields here in the forest. Here we have kind of some structured tree farms. We have trees in rows. A couple areas of those. And like I said, you'll see there's water all over the place. Lots of rivers. Lots of bridges. Lots of waterfalls. Got a hydroelectric dam over here. Some train tracks going over top of that. And there's something that I really want to make sure I point out. Something called Monument Mountain. I believe it's what it's called. You're going to be able to identify that with these three flags. Just to the east of Field 18. We have an American flag. We have a constitutional flag, POW flag, and kind of in memoriam, we have Rockhound's POW truck, kind of encased in stone. That. As we've already seen with the multiplayer little segment, you kind of know where the various farms are located. So if you do want to sell the main farm here for $1.4 million, you pick up some of these other farms for relatively cheap with that additional money that you have, especially this one over here. This one, $760,000. If we take a look at some of these other lands that we have scattered around, we've got 93 and 94, $379,000. Field 71, $273,000. Lots of these plots are a couple $100,000 a piece. Land isn't overly cheap here in Hazzard County, but you do get a fair bit of land with your money. if you remember, this is a 4X map. So this section down here, these fields down here in this farm, you might say to yourself, well, that doesn't look like it's very big of an area. But if you think that there are basically 4 standard size maps here, this is going to represent a good chunk of a standard size map as far as the land area is concerned. Here we have another one of those train areas with a loading dock. One of those loaders. I'm going to try to point out as many of the custom signs and kind of Hazzard County localities as best I can as we kind of go through here. Here we have, this is the Lakeview Farm. This was what, Blue Ridge Farms. Millennial Farm, I think, was just below that. I'm going to make our way over here to the Red Edge Farm, I believe it was called, basically the farm here in the upper northwest of the map. Kind of see the rolling nature of these fields. So in the multiplayer section, we talked about how this farm here also had a little bit of land down here associated with it. That's where the silos are. Something else that we will take a look at as we kind of go around is that some of these farms have subterranean storage associated with them. Take a look at this one. Lots of various elevations here with respect to the land. We've got kind of some step ups here. We've got a little bit of a creek running through there. Then we have a step up, a little flat area. Then we have another step up. Then the farm area here itself. So there's a nice garden going on. Then the subterranean storage here at a few of these farms. You can actually go in under here. Use this for root crop storage or pretty much whatever we want, whatever we really wanted to do. Pretty cool concepts. These are the silos associated with the farm that we were just at. As we make our way down to the shop to then get our Mahindra and do a drive around, just take a look across. See the fire tower way across the map there? That is down at the big forested area. The map is large enough that the distance blurring that Farm Sim is doing, feels right. I mean, you get that far out there, it's going to be a little blurry and fuzzy, to the human eye. I have to say, quite a good job. I'm really impressed with the map author's attempt here, given the fact that this is his very first stab at map making. So he's been working on it for quite a long time. We're able to profile this map kind of in a previous iteration during about the last month or so as he was continuing to put it together. And here we are at the vehicle shop. John Deere dealer also has some New Holland Massey Ferguson stuff. Johnson's Implements. Here we do have, this is a fuel sell point. So anywhere that we see this on the map, we know that this is for fuel sale. This is where we can sell the biodiesel that we are creating with our ethanol plant. Let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. So we can take a look at the starting equipment. We really didn't take a look at that now, did we? So we start out with all kinds of buildings. The README said that we could pretty much sell anything that was on the farm. Look at this map in farm manager mode or start from scratch. All the farms are set up exactly how we saw them. It's just that we don't have any, the starting equipment is still there too. It's just that we don't own any of the farmland. Take a look at all of this stuff that we could sell if we should decide that we don't want it. Like the looks of things. So just get rid of those. Multiple farmhouses scattered around. So if you want to put down your own farmhouse, you're going to need to sell each and every one of these before you can put down your own sleep trigger. Got animal pens. Let's take a look. See, we can put down pretty much all of the custom animal areas also. A lot of the production we can sell or we can buy. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in our Mahindra and kind of start the drive around. Like I said, this is going to take a while. I'm going to probably not hit every single thing on the map because, well, there's just so much going on this 4X map. And I want to leave a little bit for you guys to kind of explore on your own and discover. But also, if we try to hit every single thing, this map video is going to surely be like 3 hours long. I don't know if you guys want a Gilligan's Tour style video. Else you get stuck on an island for forever. So here we are pulling up to Daisy's Bales and Tails. Custom signage all over the place. And this is a bale sell point. As you'll see here in the prices area, Daisy's buys hay, straw, and grass. And if you pay attention, get a little extra money for your hay here if you sell it at the other Daisy's trigger. So the way this is going to work is you're going to need to drive your truck, drive your trailer with your bales up here onto the ramp. Okay? And this is where you're going to need to park your trailer. Then you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to jump in the Mahindra here. Use the included forks. You're going to have to come around here. You're going to have to unload the bales from your trailer using the great reach of the telehandler. Okay? And then you're going to have to drive these around in front of the barn. And you're going to have a choice to make. Okay? If you put the bale here on the ground, right here, you'll sell it for the cheaper price. If you put the bale up there where those bales are at, you'll get the higher price. So no quick bale sale here. I have to work for it here at Daisy's. You put it there, bottom, or you can use the telehandler. Basically put the bale up here for 3 times the money that you would typically get. They say, well, I'll just drive in there and do it, unload from there, but he has made that consideration, and this whole area is fenced in. No way in here. That's why the telehandler has been placed here, inside this fenced in area. The only way to get in here is to basically already be in here. That is why the Manitou is in here. Pretty interesting concept on doing a bale sell point where you have to literally unload the bales. Let's turn this off. Couldn't jump. And really nice decorations here, just for a simple bale sell point. Got a house, got some garage, we've got a little garden going on, got all these accessory buildings. Really makes it feel like it's a place, and not just, you know, driveway and a barn where you just magically sell your bales at. Let's head on down here. There are tons of sell points down here in this one little corner. I want to make sure that we put some time to. It's a bit of a fishing hole down there, I believe. One in here. We have multiple sell areas in here. We have a sell point for bales, cotton, and wool. There, bale sales, we accept silage bales, wool, cotton, straw, grass, and hay. So that's where you're going to be going for your quick bale sales. Oats, sunflower, and soy. Go ahead and zoom on in here. So we have train depot, we have fertilizer production, bakery, dairy, the barn that we already looked at, biomass plant, and the biogas plant. Let's just kind of squeeze through here to take a look here at the fertilizer area. This is the bulk fertilizer buy point. Go ahead and scoot through here before the train comes. Interesting detail here with the trailer frame. I don't know if it's... What on earth happened here? We got a tree growing up through the trailer. Train. This is the biomass. This is where we're going to sell our wood chips. Then we have the biogas plant. Down here. The gestate. Our dump point for silage. Also bring silage on a train. Do some serious bulk selling. As well as probably the wood chips on the train. Go ahead and check out the ethanol factory next. Out. Get this way. And the colored roads on the map, they kind of represent your major roads, primary roads, your secondary roads. Ethanol plant. Big old grass field 110 right beside of it. Pull on in here and just check out this area a bit. All the way into the ethanol plant. Now, most of these production facilities, there are signs telling you what goes where or what the plant will take. Here we have hog biodiesel, corniest diesel in the county, 25% water, 75% corn. You can put corn and water in here. Then we have the pickup for your diesel here. This is where we're going to get our biodiesel once we produce it. Go over here and check out the flour mill and the sawmill. We'll check out one of the animal dealers down here in the far south of the map. Also, here we have the sawmill. Again, we have one of the cat loaders to unload. You get a bonus, I believe. Yeah, we definitely get a bonus if we basically put the logs up here. Easy way is to simply unload down here at the lower level. This is kind of an inside joke, but at one point in time, the map author had a crane in here to use, but he never got the crane to work quite right. I think it was spewing a bunch of errors. Have our wood chip cell point. Let's see here. We can figure out how to get to this animal dealer. We take a different road. A little off-country drive in here. Make our own road. Hope there's no train. Oh no, here comes the train. Pretty important lesson. Never share the train tracks with a train. There are flatbed cars on the train. They are intended for you to basically transport vehicles. Whoa, this is why you don't share train tracks with trains. What did I just say? Trying to figure out how to get to the flour mill. This may be a train-only type station. Oh, we could have just drove through it. Really me, we could have just gotten to it from here. Well, then we wouldn't have had near as much fun getting taken out by the train. Here we have the flour mill. Now, when we start up the map, we start with some oats already in the flour mill. So we're already producing some flour at the very beginning. Now work through all of those, I believe. See, this takes oats. Then we grind those into flour. Oats go in here. And we'll get our flour out right there. Since we didn't learn our lesson the last time, we'll just go back this way. Right, let's just go ahead and go back. Try to pick up a road here eventually. So Flash Bakery and Hazzard Dairy down this way. Flash Bakery is to our left, and obviously the dairy is directly in front of us. It's going to be our dairy. We'll bring our milk. Load there, clearly. Then we have the Flash's Bakery, buying eggs and root crops. Deliver flour and eggs. To the bakery. Those are just sell points. They don't actually produce anything. sneak our way over here. We're going to come to one of the other farms here on the map. Then up here you'll see, I'll show you what this particular silo holds. Like I said, it holds your chaff, grass, hay, straw. We have chaff, hay, total mixed rations, grass, straw, silage. All be stored in any silo that looks like this. They're scattered all over the place at all the various farms. One of the Bernie SCS Cal buildings down here. Let's make our way up and around to this farm. And we really have really great details. We got the farmhouse. We got kind of a little garage off to the side. Got some little garden beside that. Here we have the pig barn. Here we have the seed factory. Seed factory takes wheat, barley, corn, spelt, and makes seeds. Here we have the proper farm silo for our grains. Wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflower, soybeans, corn, seed storage, spelt, lime, pig food, rye, fertilizer, back to wheat. This is another one of the farms that has underground storage. And then we can put some stuff here on top. Continue on. See if we can get down to that animal dealer I've been wanting to get to. Yep, so we'll be able to get down here. This is also where we're going to find all of that fertilizing shared equipment that we start out with. All the fertilizing equipment is in this building here. Hazzard County Co-op spraying and fertilizing business. Then we have O's Bovines. 100 years of doing cows. Sell point down here, and then our cow dealer. So you can see we're back here without a trailer, and we can pretty much buy anything that we want. But if we brought a trailer down here to pick up our cows, the only thing we would be able to purchase would be cows. Let's take a look. And let's see. Let's Let's make our way kind of to the north. Let's follow this road up to the north, and we'll loop around. I'm not going to hit every single farm. I'll let you guys explore all of those, but I do want to kind of try to hit some of these factory areas and some of the other kind of customized zones on the map. Your McDonald's, Wendy's, now the starting farm is basically directly ahead of us, up there in the hills. Down here we have a silo. Okay. Farm silo, in addition to the silo that we have up at the main farm. And then over here we actually have silage production and total mixed rations production, this one building. So if we dump product here, basically we add corn, soybeans, and silage, and we'll get TMR, not your normal TMR mix. And if we come over here and dump in this area grass or chaff, we will get silage. Basically the outputs over here, really great setup. We've got T6 sitting here driving the blower. And we have our output silage, and we have our output for total mixed rations. Like fast food row, we got McDonald's, Wendy's, KFC. Farmers market. Just another sell point. This is going to be for our produce, our cabbages, our onions, carrots, no doubt. And down this way we have our compost production. We have Hazzard County Compost, producers of the finest black gold around. You'll come in here and you're going to deposit manure and straw to here, and then you're going to get your fine black gold out of the tip point on the other side of the building here. This is where you're going to get your product out. Manure, straw go in over there, and you're going to get your compost out here. In addition to compost, we also have over here on this side of the map a couple animal sell points. We have the boar's head, pig, and horse. This is a sell point, I believe. Sometimes it's hard to tell because of all these icons are so close together. We have our buy point for horses right here. And then we have our buy point for pigs. 2 ribbon porkers for Hazzard County bacon makers. There we go. Also have bale sell point. Let's continue on up. We'll check out the pig food factory next. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watched out the rough roads. It's quite the rolling hills on these fields down here on this side of the map. Here we have Hazzard County Co-op, root crop storage, custom harvesting, and our pig food production. It's up over here. This is kind of the root crop storage area. Bring your root crops, tip into here. Then if we make our way around to this side of the building, this is where we had the Homer. There's the Homer multi-fruit header. Basically says pig food production, corn, wheat, spelt, and root crops. Tip into there. And we will get pig food out of this conveyor belt for pig food. And this is going to be the conveyor belt to get out our root crop storage that we put into storage. We have onion, cabbage, hops, sugarcane, carrot, red cabbage, sugar beet, potatoes go into there. Just general storage. Whoa! Turn into me. Take a look across the map here. Lots of really great views. Got a thing for crooked fences. The fence is nothing but crooked. You know, maps where the fences are pristine, straight, square, and straight as an arrow. That's not realistic. Fence posts get bumped, they get knocked, get put in crooked. Especially fences along roads, people bang into them. Fences in cow areas, cows will lean on the fences. Real life fences are nothing but straight, right? Oh, we almost took out a fence there ourselves. So look down here, we've got seed, lime, pig food. Around. Herbicide. Liquid fertilizer. Is this area? It's like a bulk buy point. Lime station, pig dealer, side fertilizer. Yeah, I'm thinking this is like a bulk buy area for all types of fill points. This is a pretty cool area. Like I said, there's so much going on this map. It really feels like unless you're able to spend, 50 or 60 hours just exploring and messing on the map, you're going to miss so many things. Central grain. Grain and seed. Seed fill point there. Grain sell point over here. Sugarcane, potatoes and sugar beets. Let's just see here. What this is central grain, right? Central grain doesn't even list as I don't know. Buying it here? Go under here and see what happens. Yep, so we're buying it. This is a buy point. Fertilizer, lime, pig food. I guess you could buy pig food there and sell it over at the other place that buys pig food, right? Central Grain buys pig food and seems to sell it. Okay. A lot going on in that area. I'm not really 100% sure what's going on. Here we have another cow area. Water trough. Pasture there. Another little farm here. Let's double back over here. We have some more sell points. Ace Lawn and Garden. Signs say. Now buying bales, compost, and manure. We have our manure buy point, compost buy point where they buy our stuff, bale trigger, as well as just a general grain sell point. Further down the road, nope, it looks like that's map border. That way. Let's head across the map this general direction. One of the player farms down here. Let's just check that out real quick. Farm silo down here. We have then our kind of our forage storage. Also, fuel, water. Got what looks like a horse area down here. Seed production. Storage buildings up here on this level. Now the farmhouse. Back that lane. So we need to go down here to the pig food factory and get the road and make our way across. Pig food factory, root crop storage that we were already at. Again, the really great sight lines across this. Let's go this way this time. Definitely feel that this is a 4X map, just how long it takes to get around, how much there is to explore. Check that out. We've got kind of a storm drain or a storage drain pipe coming out there to the side of the rock, and all stained up. Got poplars planted here and there to reflect, various foliage, various other bushes and shrubs. Here we are, another player's farm. We have a farm silo, cow area. This one's got a custom chicken area. Got our forage silo. Got TMR and silage production on this particular farm. Seed production we've already looked at, and we've got the great farmhouse up there on the hill overlooking that. Really done, in my opinion, a great job with just setting up each of these individual farms, just to feel, if that was going to be your farm, that'd be a great spot for the house. You're just overlooking everything, overlooking the fields. Really, really great. We've got a big chicken house up here, all by itself. Lots of animal areas. Another one of the custom areas I wanted to show you guys. We have hog exports, Cletus sheep sales, and steel. Hog exports is a buying station. suppliers of Itchy Scratchy Fabric Company, subsidiary of Hog Anti-Itch Cream. All these fun little inside jokes. Anyone that's watched the Dukes of Hazzard. Here we have our sheep sale. Again, if we come up here with a trailer, we would only be able to buy sheep, but if we just walk up here and activate it by ourselves, we can pretty much buy anything we want. Here we have more bale sell points for wool, cotton, and regular bales. Oh no, someone's getting rid of some cotton. Must have gone bad. Hazzard County Country Store. Games. Oh, they just got a shipment of Farm Sim 19 games in for Xbox, PS4, and PC. Bread, beer, produce, fresh coffee. They're also a sell point. See, you got these outdoor tables, this little kind of garden area going on. Landscaped up, all nice. Like I said earlier, really top quality job for his first time out as a map maker. Mobile cell towers. Napa gas station. Kind of an NPC farm up here. Then we have the map edge. Another NPC farm down that way. Really just give you that feel and that sense of this being a place. Drive down the country, never more than a mile away from at least one farm. Now, there's some areas around me in Virginia where you're driving through the country and you might you stop, you look around, you do a 360, and you probably see 5 or 6 different farms, all within sight. See a good half dozen silos, just like that, sticking up. We have another one of the potential player farms. Forage silo. We have our TMR and silage production here. Another cow barn. Additional storage. We have our main silo, and we have our seed silo. And well removed from all of the farm buildings, we have our farmhouse. Again, over here, overlooking countryside. If I had that view, I'd have some chairs sit out there on the front porch too. All right, guys, we are just about done. Hold on a little bit longer. A few more cool things to check out. Gotta go over here. Gotta find Cletus. Cletus's repair shop. It's over here somewhere. Let's continue on this way. As if we don't have enough things going on, we've got a little placeable area here. White Lightning Grain, specializing in corn. Wink, wink. We fix things too. A railroad silo. This is obviously where we can transfer things to and from the trains. White Lightning Grain. So we're going to have a little bit of a rough climb to this one. Oh my, I don't know if you're going to be coming in here with a huge semi or not. White Lightning Grain. Holler, that's what I've been trying to think of the whole time I've been on this video. We start out in a little holler. Because that back there was kind of the same thing. Oh. Applebee's off here in the middle of nowhere. Tractor Supply. Walmart. Oh, here's Cooters. There we go. We found our way over where we wanted to be. Meet up with one of the trains. Make our way down here to Cooter's Garage. And that is probably where we're going to end it. Let you guys continue to explore this map on your own. So head over to nexusmods.com. Download it, Cooter's Garage. Lots of tractors he's working on. Have a customize and repair trigger there. And just before we go, really look at this one. I don't think we looked at this one. I want to show this one off. Another one of the player farms. If anything, just to show you the real cool Farmall McCormick Farmall IH sign here. This is another one of the farms with the underground storage. I showed that on the flyover. Right? Lots of cool things going on here on the map. Just amazing views across all of these high vantage points. Let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you think of Hazzard County, Georgia? What do you think of this guy's debut map as a map author? I think he seriously hit it out of the park. He started with a very good map in Farms of Madison County and really made it his own, really added to it. It is far more than just an edit, to say the least. So until next time, guys, happy farming. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.